Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Good morning students, welcome to CT NEET physics class. We have been discussing about electrostatics and under which we were discussing about Gauss law and its application. We have discussed about infinitely long wire which is continuously charged and a very thin charged sheet and thick charge sheet. In today's class we will discuss what if a conductor is hollow conductor, conducting sphere. A hollow conducting sphere is charged. What is the electric field intensity inside the sphere, on the surface of the sphere and outside the sphere? Okay, for that we should consider a hollow cylinder, right? So consider a hollow cylinder, not cylinder, hollow sphere. Consider a hollow sphere which is conducting material and this is charged. This is charged, or there will be a continuous distribution of a charge on the surface of this conductor. Now, the radius of this conductor be r. Let the radius of this conductor be r. Capital R is the radius of the conductor. Now, what is the electric field intensity inside the conductor or inside the sphere? Let me consider a point inside the sphere. P is the position inside the sphere. What is the electric field at P? At P, right, electric field will be is equal to 0 because you know that inside a conductor there won't be any electric field, correct? So, at P electric field is equal to 0. On the surface, what is the electric field? Let me consider a position on the surface. Now P is on the surface. What is the electric field? Electric field on the surface is equal to, or electric field intensity on the surface is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Let's say the total charge of this whole system is Q. Then Q divided by R square. Why R? Radius is R. Okay. Now let me consider a point which is outside the sphere. Let me consider a point somewhere here. This is my point P, which is at a distance small r from the center of the sphere. Then electric field intensity here is nothing but 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R square, small letter R square, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R square. So, here the thing you have to remember is when your position is less than the radius, see when the P is here, this is the position, right, this is your R. When P is on the surface, the radius of the sphere itself is the position vector or the distance separation, correct? So can you say that from all this observation, can you say that when your R is less than R, then electric field intensity is equal to 0. When your R is equal to R, where capital R is the radius of the sphere, conducting hollow sphere. So, when the radius and the distance separation is same, electric field intensity is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R square. This will be the maximum electric field intensity. Maximum. Okay. When R is greater than R, or in other terms you can write this as sigma divided by epsilon naught. Sigma divided by epsilon. What is sigma, students? Sigma is nothing but your surface charge density, the charge density on the surface of the sphere, which is nothing but q divided by area. What is the area of the surface of the sphere? Q divided by 4 pi q divided by 4 pi r square. Area of the sphere is r square. So q divided by 4 pi r square. So sigma by epsilon naught is the your electric field intensity when the position is or on the surface of the conducting sphere. What is when it is outside the sphere? When the position is outside the sphere, electric field intensity is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught sigma 4 pi r square by r square. So when the r is greater than r, then electric field intensity will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught sigma 4 pi r square, or you know the value q divided by r square, or q divided by r square. What is q? Q is nothing but sigma into 4 pi r square. Substitute that. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught sigma 4 pi r square divided by r square. 4 pi gets cancelled. So electric field intensity at P here is nothing but sigma into r square by epsilon naught into r square, where capital R indicates the radius of the sphere, small r indicates the position of the or the point consideration where the electric field intensity is measured. I repeat, students. So if you have a hollow conducting sphere, there is one hollow conducting sphere and charges are distributed always on the surface, correct? Then if capital R is the radius of that sphere, at any point inside the sphere, just remember, inside the sphere, when it is a conducting sphere, inside the sphere electric field intensity is 0. So electric field intensity inside the sphere is 0. If you consider a position on the surface, so on the surface of the hollow conductor, spherical conductor, always electric field intensity will be maximum, which is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q divided by square of the radius. If your position is outside the sphere, then that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q divided by r square. Here surface charge density is sigma, then q by a is the surface charge density. Since it is a sphere, area of the sphere is 4 pi r square. So sigma is equal to q by 4 pi r square. So q is equal to sigma 4 pi r square. So in terms of, if you have to express them in terms of radius of the sphere, then if your position is less than radius, this, if your p is here, then electric field intensity is 0, because inside the conductor always electric field intensity is 0. If your r is equal to r, that means any point on the surface of the sphere, conducting sphere, then it is maximum, that is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. You know that. So sigma is the surface charge density. If your position is outside the sphere, then electric field intensity is sigma times of r square divided by epsilon naught by r square. So you can say that. So if you can show it with the graph by drawing electric field intensity versus distance from the center. So your graph will look like this. If you take a graph of electric field intensity along y axis, this is your origin, distance from center, then so from 0, 0 means at the center electric field is 0. So up to on the surface, when the position becomes radius, electric field is 0. Let's say here your position is r is equal to r, then electric field intensity will be maximum. This will be your electric field intensity. After that, as you goes away from the center, the electric field intensity decreases. See, electric field intensity is here, sigma is constant, r is the radius which is also constant, epsilon naught is a constant, is inversely proportional to r square. What do you mean by inversely proportional? As r increases, E decreases rapidly, right? This is r square. So as r increases, now r is increasing, right? This is small r, this is little bigger than that, this is greater. As r increases, see, your electric field intensity decreases rapidly. So how your graph look like? So your graph will look like this. Electric field intensity is decreasing because r is increasing here. So it is maximum, electric field intensity is maximum at the center, where your distance separation is equal to the radius of the spherical conductor you have considered, and here your electric field intensity is sigma by epsilon naught, and here electric field intensity decreases rapidly with the increase in the distance from center. So as P goes away from the center, E will keep decreasing rapidly. So this is how you can show the show it graphically. What if this sphere is not conducting sphere? It's just a non-conducting hollow sphere. Like your ball, plastic ball or a balloon. So non-conducting. This is iron ball or aluminium ball. Or so if you have non-conducting, this is conducting sphere, conducting hollow sphere, charged conducting hollow sphere. This is non-conducting sphere. Now I am talking about non-conducting hollow sphere. Right. Let me consider the sphere. Okay. This is the sphere and charge is here, right? Charge is on the surface, non-conducting sphere. Now what is the radius of this sphere? Let's take the same. Radius of the sphere is r. R is the radius. Now if you consider any point, or if you consider a position at the center, even if here it is center, the electric field intensity is 0. At any point less than r is 0. So if you consider the position which is at the center, okay. So now your P is here, P is here, okay, which means at the center. So for that P, electric field is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Let's say charge on the surface is Q. So charge on the surface is equal to Q, then Q divided by R. I'm sorry. At the center electric field is 0. Yeah, now we will consider non-conducting hollow sphere, right? So the sphere is here which is non-conducting and charges are reside on the surface and radius of this sphere is r. Let's say the total charge here is q. Then what is the charge density, surface charge density? Sigma is equal to q by a, correct? So let's say sigma is the surface charge density of this non-conducting hollow sphere, then this will be q divided by 4 pi r square, because the area, surface area is 4 pi r square, because radius is r. Okay, now it's clear. Let me go from the center, because there it is clear, any point inside the sphere electric field intensity is 0, but it is not the same here. So if I consider the center, right? So if the point is at the center, P is at the center, then electric field intensity, right? Electric field intensity at the center, let me call it as EC, is equal to 0. At the center it will be always 0 for a non-conducting sphere. If your ball is charged by rubbing the ball, plastic ball, right? By rubbing it, you charge the ball. Then at the center of that ball, electric field intensity will be always 0. If you stand inside the center, you won't experience any electric field. But outside the center or beyond center, as R increases, electric field intensity decreases. Let's say at any point here other than center, P, so which is at a distance R from the center, then here electric field is not is equal to 0, that is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R. Means as R decreases, E increases. It becomes, it should decrease, right? It should decrease. R is directly proportional, Here it is directly, not inversely, directly proportional to electric field intensity here. Now, let me consider any point on the surface. The position is here. Now, this is the R. So, here electric field intensity will be maximum 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R square. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R square. Let me consider a point outside, somewhere here. P is here. Now R is this, correct? So that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R square. Here inversely proportional to the distance. Here it is maximum, which is equal to sigma by epsilon naught, which is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. So, how can you write in terms of R? When R is equal to 0, electric field is also equal to 0 at center. Correct? When R is less than radius, electric field intensity is directly proportional to R. Any place inside the sphere, R is less than radius means any place here. Means at the center it will be 0. As you move towards the surface, it will keep increasing. E value will keep increasing. On the surface it becomes maximum. When R is equal to R, E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught, which is maximum. When R is greater than R, means as the position is outside the sphere, what happens is decreases, electric field intensity decreases. As R increases, E decreases rapidly. How can you show graphically? If you have to show this graphically, then it will look like this. Okay, let me plot a graph here. Along x-axis I will take E, along y-axis distance from center. Means here, distance from center. What is electric field intensity at the center? 0. So what happens as it goes away from the center? It will increase. So your graph will look like this. This is the graph. It will increase. How? Directly proportional. If R and E are directly proportional, so it should be a straight line. And when R becomes equal to radius, when R is equal to radius, it is maximum. Here it is maximum. Again, when R increases, it is greater than radius, it will decrease rapidly. So here E is directly proportional to R, means below the center, inside the sphere up to center it is directly proportional. It is at the center, E will be maximum. Here E is inversely proportional to R square. This is for non-conducting sphere, student. What is the difference between conducting and non-conducting sphere? So, in conducting sphere, no matter whether it is center or any other point, electric field is 0 inside the sphere. But it is not the same for non-conducting. Only at the center electric field is 0 and at any other point it is not 0. And it increases up to surface, electric field increases as distance from center increases. Here electric field is 0 anywhere inside the sphere. Next. The maximum electric field is on the surface. Here also maximum electric field is on the surface. Okay. And outside the sphere, as the distance from center increases, electric field decreases rapidly. It is inversely proportional to R squared. It is the same even in the case of non-conducting. As the distance from center increases, the electric field intensity is inversely proportional to R squared. So, graph explains the things clearly. Electric field is maximum when radius and distance from the center is same. It's the same here also. Electric field decreases rapidly when distance from center increases outside the sphere. It's same. But here inside the sphere electric field is 0. This is inside the sphere. Inside the sphere. This part is outside. Outside the sphere. Here this is inside sphere, this is outside the sphere. Am I right? Okay. So only the difference is here at the center also electric field is equal to 0, but here at the center only electric field is 0, at the remaining part electric field is not equal to 0. So this is about spherical conducting and non-conducting charges which are having continuous charge distribution. So yeah, this is about the application part of Gauss law.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.